It's not gonna say.
Hey, yo, how's it going?
Hey.
Hey,
Hi.
how's it going?
Doing
Oh!
well.
Oh, that was good. I'm already liking this. Everybody's making like shrieking noises, so now I feel like I'm in good company now.
Yeah. Mood is
I
light.
can do that too. Ah! Mine was a little better though, so sorry. But we can practice a little bit at the end if you guys
Kind of
want.
got gapped.
Yeah, I honestly
Yeah,
think
can you
guys...
coach us on that?
Yes, I can. So what you can do is you have to learn how to compress. So you have to go, you go, like that. You know, that's compression. And then you're just going to make compression go loud. So you go, like that, like just like that. You see that? Notice the intonation. It sounds really good. Okay, do you guys want to introduce yourself, your SR, like what your goals are, all your goofiness, and then we'll figure out like what we want to go over in replays.
Sure. All right. So, do you want to like introduce me for the team or like every individual player?
I mean, you could just introduce the team because I don't care about any of you guys individually.
All right.
Yeah,
Cool.
that's a good point.
All right. So we are Pog Flying Fish. We used to be Pogfish, but we joined the Bird Society org, so now we are the Flying Fish. We as of right now, we comfortably scrim like 4.4.
Nice.
And right now, our dub bub is very weak. I would say.
Sorry, what? Your what?
Our double bubble composition is very weak, so that's why we're doing root where we play that. And I think it's mostly because of our like timing and getting value out of our ultimates.
Okay, sure.
So
sounds good. So we'll look at your timing and your ult rotations.
Yeah.
I mean, one thing that we're always going to look at as well is like looking to see if we're set up properly in positioning. We'll go over some base level of that, but obviously we'll see what we see. But do you guys have any questions for me before we get right into it?
I'm good.
Okay.
I'm good.
Do y'all just want to start with Route 66 then?
Yeah.
Most likely won't have time to do more than one because we like to be thorough.
Right.
But yeah, we'll give you stuff to work on across the door. But if you guys have any questions, just let me know. Let one of those like blood curdling cries that you just did there. That'll kind of tell me to stop and call the cops or ask you a question, and then we'll get it sorted from there. Let me stream Overwatch, and that way y'all don't have to wait. Hey, we got boosted here, so you can guys enjoy my 60 frames per second.
Ooh.
Yeah, nice. But yeah, I'm not Nitro, so sadly it's gonna have to be 720. But yeah, okay, so basically, double bubble about 4.4, 4.5, yeah.
Yeah, around there.
Okay, sounds good. You guys are Team Blue?
Yeah.
Okay, righto. All right, so you guys tell me, like, what are you guys like prioritizing, and what are you guys looking to accomplish? What is this composition good at? Just give me the basic rundown of like what this comp is all about.
Usually playing slow for our ultimates or a really strong mid fight with our high charge Zarya.
Sure. Okay. How would a neutral look like? In other words, just without ultimates, monkey goes in. What's happening from the rest of the team? Like with the current composition that you got right now, what would it look like?
Probably look to follow up with like a nade, bubble the monkey, maybe a dynamite on it as well.
Sure. Okay. What about
pinch with the tracer?
Sure. Tracer, pincer, looking for value out of your cooldowns when your monkey goes in. But yeah, like you said, the key thing that you guys mentioned at the beginning was timing, right? So if I'm seeing a bubble monkey, but you know, our tracer's not in position, or our Ana doesn't have her cooldowns, or my Ashe is like repositioning and not in an angle yet, like that's not great. And sometimes that happens just because chaos happens and stuff happens, but generally you want to always be synchronized with your cooldowns as much as you can. Things like dynamite also can be really great if they're used at the same time, but obviously it just depends on the circumstances. But the ideal engage is monkeys are pressuring, tracer's pressuring on an angle, Ashe has a slight angle, maybe a biotic nade or something like that, projected bubble on Zarya, or on, excuse me, from the Zarya, and Zarya can do some damage as well. And that's kind of what the neutral looks like. That's pretty much all there is to it. In terms of basic positioning, what can you guys tell me about from, like, let's say Winston Tracer? What can you guys tell me about that?
Usually taking opposite angles from each other every time we engage.
Sure. Okay. So trying to take angles whenever possible. Generally the most mobile heroes on this dive composition. Okay. What about your backline? Like, let's say on a Brig Zarya. How does that look?
Playing back more so, and mostly looking for me at least as Zarya to peel if I need to.
Sure.
But mostly projected bubble and monkey.
Right.
for
Usually,
helping with engages.
right. A lot of the times you guys kind of function as a unit. Now, if your Zarya can get a really good safe angle on a high ground, then she can split a little further. But those guys generally kind of stay closer together, especially when you guys are rotating, right? What about your Ashe? Because that's the last really key position here.
Making sure I'm in LLS of our core so I can get peel, and also maybe taking a slight off angle when our monkey and tracer engage.
Yeah, exactly. Don't stack with your core. There's no real value in it. You're not going to be significantly safer because should be able to heal you, should be able to pack you, even if you get hard to bubble you from split off angles. You being here doesn't really benefit you a whole lot. So definitely trying to look to get more offensive value on slight off angles around that. And that's it. That's all we have to worry about. High ground's great. We can talk about ult rotations in a bit, but right now it's not super important. That's all we're really looking for. Now you guys start on high ground here. Now what is the advantage of high ground in this composition? Last thing we'll talk about before we start.
Enemy core can't walk into our core without making longer rotation.
Okay. What else?
It gives Ana easier nades because.
Okay. Great. What else?
High ground.
Your monkey can drop and then use his cooldowns to get back to the high ground.
What else?
Instead of Tracer hidden.
Tracer setup. What else? Just go down the list of each hero. What about your Brig?
Brig
can group off high ground?
Sure. Yeah.
And able to hide from like
Sure.
enemy spam.
Sure. What about Ashe?
Better LS for Ashe or LS onto the Ashe if she's taking off angle.
Exactly, and you just go down the list. Sorry, you can spam better down like from high ground with the right clicks. Like it's a little bit of an advantage for every single person. So the way this composition works, and really every compositional mirror works, but like we'll highlight it again in this comp, is that you're fighting for positions to where your heroes do more damage. We talk about off angles and things like that, but also your backline really doesn't want to be in the floor. That's just a significant disadvantage with the way these fights go. So for the attackers, it's about how can we avoid this high ground advantage, or how can we take high ground ourselves? And so you guys are on defense right now, and will be for the rest of this VOD for the most part. But for example, like if we're recontesting this right here, or if we end up on low ground, the question needs to be how can we retake or replay on high ground? And obviously, hopefully, we'll get to a little bit of attack as well. Does that make sense? Okay, so we know what we're looking for in a neutral engage. We know how we want to position generally. We know about the timing. We'll talk a little bit more about the ults when we get there, but that's what we're looking for. Okay, so something of a mirror. Is there anything really, really relevant or really crucial about this matchup that you guys see?
They're probably going to win a spam fight, but we're going to win closer quarters fights.
Sure. Okay. They're going to win the spam fight, you're going to win the closer quarter fights. It's not so much about fast or slow, so much as the range that these guys are good at, okay? They're better in longer range because there's more value out of the Mercy damage boost, there's more value out of the potential res opportunities. You're going to win the close range fights where the Brig opportunity provides a little bit of value. Now, does that mean that you guys should drop off of high ground to go and brawl with these guys?
No.
No, and a lot of people mess this up. If you have a positional advantage, it better be a darn good reason for you to give it up. Maybe you guys get 2 picks, something along those lines. That does mean, though, that when you're holding this high ground, you might not peek a lot until they get closer underneath you. You kind of see what I'm saying? Because you don't want to be playing these long ranges. But it doesn't mean you just give up high ground because, oh, we have to shoot them and they shoot us, and that's where the Mercy damage boost is going to get stuff done. Not at all. Okay, so let's see what plays out.
Wait, I have a question.
I have an answer. What's up?
Is there any scenario where we would do that? Any?
You tell me.
Oh, because I can't think of any. So I was just wondering.
You can't think of any scenario when you drop off of high ground. Because I can think of a couple. All right, teammates, help him out.
If we get a huge cooldown advantage, we want to like rally into them, maybe.
Sure.
Oh yeah,
we wanna
I
end the
guess
fight
rules,
fast.
yeah.
If it's last fight,
Could be.
and we just want to kill who's on cart.
Sure.
Big grav.
Big grav, sure. If you guys are up like 2, you just want to make sure you clean up respawns. If you guys have a rally that you want to get full advantage out of, and they're down 1, and you know that they don't have grav, and so there are a lot of circumstances. Like, so the point is made. There aren't many where you would want to drop off of high ground, but there are some. So just use your sense. And you're gonna look. And if you ever drop off high ground and you lose a fight, you need to go back and figure out, was that actually the play? So just use your common sense. If your gut says no, it probably means no. So what are we doing here with this bubble?
It gets me some ult charge as monkey, and it gets our Zarya some charge.
Okay. Now, what does this mean about the use of bubble here? What's the problem with the use of bubble here? Not saying it's wrong, but what's the drawback of a bubble like this?
If they go in right now, we don't have bubble to peel, or for our monkey to go back in.
You're not synchronizing your bubble pressure at the same time as your team can see. Right now, your Ashe can't pressure, your Ana can't pressure, your Zarya can't pressure, your Brig can't pressure because you can't pack people who can pressure. And also look at your Tracer. Your Tracer's in a terrible, terrible position. Now, this is fine if you're confident that you really don't need the projected bubble, you really don't care about contesting the rotation, and all you really want is just a little bit of Zarya charge to start the fight off. Is that okay sometimes? Yes.
Yeah.
Now, what I don't like is the fact that a Trace is coming in here like it's an actual dive. That I do not like. I think this is just monkey takes some damage, monkey jumps out, we let them rotate a little bit, and then we look for an actual engage. Because yes, you're thinking, oh, we don't have bubble if they actually engage right now. You guys are on high ground. Do you really think you need projected bubble?
Not until
No,
they have
not really.
other things.
You're fine. You're gonna be just fine. I promise you that. So as soon as I see this, though, I want us to jump out, give up space, play a little bit slower, play a little bit more cautious until the point in time comes where we actually have to engage. So again, we need to be very clear between your Zarya and your Winston. Is this just simply farming for energy, or is this an actual cycle? A pressure cycle. We talked about this. This is what a neutral should look like, right? Or this is what a neutral should not look like. But if it's just for energy, totally fine. As long as the rest of the team understands. Like right now, I don't even want my Tracer peeking. There's too high of a risk of getting slapped, shot, recall forced, armor, a bunch of stuff forced, getting your flank lost, all that kind of crap. Make sense? So they're going to counter jump here. It's not, shouldn't accomplish much. It's not going to. And here we go. Now, at this point in time, what needs to be happening?
Bubble monkey in with pinch from Tracer.
Bubble monkey in with
Maybe
pinch
with-
from Tracer. Now, here's the thing. Does your Tracer always have to pincer?
No.
No, but your Tracer always has to be doing something. Yes?
Yeah. Right now I'm just pressuring the monkey who used all his cooldowns.
Yeah, totally fine. I think that's the proper play here. I don't think you need to rush a Tracer flank backline. You're already in position to just shoot the monkey out. Now, I'd also like to see, not necessarily looking for a nade, but I'd like to make sure that we're able to follow up with this with some Ashe darts, Ashe shots, Ana shots, whatever. My concern is this. You see my concern? I don't know if we're going to get bubble in time. I don't know if our Ana, Ashe, or Brig are in position to follow up here. And so, therefore, I don't know if this pressure cycle is going to do anything. You see my problem?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm concerned about this. Let's actually see what happens. The bubble comes in just in time. There's pressure, pressure, pressure. And now we're shooting. But look at this senior. He's already gone. In fact, look at our Tracer. Our Tracer's now going in. You see? Like, I mean, you're probably like looking and they're gonna recall out of here, probably fine.
Yeah.
But this is the major issue here. So how do you fix this? Why were you guys turned around? Let's figure that out first off. Why were you guys turned around? Oh, this is awful. I hate the fact that we don't save these settings. I apologize. I gotta wait about 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, why were we turned around right now? Tracer. Is it okay to turn on for a Tracer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes, yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. It's totally fine. I mean, you have to, right? You have to, your Ashe is like half HP, right?
Yeah.
So what does this mean then? What does this mean?
We should wait for the Tracer to be dealt
You
with
should
before we
wait.
go in.
Okay, so why didn't you wait? Did you think that it's okay to dive when your backline is being pressured? I don't think you did. I don't think anybody's that stupid. So why does this happen then? What needs to change? You guys tell me.
Either my awareness or our communication of when our backline is like looking behind us.
Yep, usually the latter. So what I would look for here is, do we have a consistent communication cycle or call that you let your team know that you're about to go pressure? Like I'm diving or going in or ready to go or pressuring or whatever?
Yeah, I don't think I give enough notice for that. I think I usually just S for bubble, and that's not much notice for our car.
Yep. It needs to be a command. I'm looking to go. And you don't need to count down. I don't recommend counting down. You just say, I'm ready to go. I'm looking to go. And then you're just waiting until you see an opportunity. Then you just say, go, or diving, or whatever. And then you just react as soon as you see an opportunity or as soon as you see them peak, then you go. But you saying, I'm ready to go, are you ready to go, right? is saying, yo, hey, I'm getting ready to go. Get ready. You kind of see what I'm saying? So that the actual follow-up is there. And what happens to you guys if you guys are all turned on Tracer and you hear that call? What do you say?
You don't.
Not ready.
Just not ready. Wait. Yeah, it's literally, in this instance here, you can see it. Right now, 3, 2, 1. It's like 2 seconds. If we had waited literally like 2 seconds, this would have been totally fine. Totally fine. And with the proper follow-up, we probably don't kill anybody, but we do get the Zarya back-to-back off. Probably get Ashe off of high ground as well. Maybe we kill Monkey on exit. You kind of see what I'm saying? So like this is the kind of thing that needs to be cleaned up. It's just the fundamentals. You guys typing this up or writing this down?
Yeah.
Right. So that our pressure cycle here is just not good. It's not clean. You guys aren't doing anything like fundamentally wrong with the composition, but it needs to be executed in the proper way at the right time. Like even this dynamite, for example, right now. I'm not going to nitpick it too much, but I would rather see this dynamite either to like at the same time as your next Winston jump cycle. If this Ashe goes really aggressive right before on a Tracer in the backline to force recall, this dynamite doesn't do anything. You know, we're not going to go over micro too much, but this is no good. All right, so try and synchronize things as much as you can. If you see a big opportunity before the fight starts, fine, but that was not a big opportunity. That was a waste of a cooldown. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, and what's happened now is they have actually created a little bit of space. They've set the Tracer up. Our Tracer's not set up. We're maybe not as high of a charge as that we should have been. Oh, wow, you're actually way more charged than I thought. So that's good. But there's a couple of things that they've been able to do that they shouldn't have been able to do. Now, here's another thing. Are we ready to pressure this right now?
No.
As a team, no.
Okay. What's wrong with our picture that didn't do it?
I am looking at the Tracer.
Is that again wrong?
Not necessarily.
I don't think it's wrong. I think as long as you're doing something on an angle, yeah. I don't think it's wrong. I gotcha. You're not as bad as you thought you were. Yeah, I think this is okay. I mean, again, we just have to look. This is what we want to see, right?
Yeah.
As long as we get the bubble here, this is going to be just fine. And I assume that that's what our monkey's calling for, right? He doesn't have his bubble yet, but he's like, I don't really need it. I can go for a cycle right now because it's just Zarya. So there's the bubble. And there you go. Now, does that do a whole lot? Nah, not really. And we could sit here for like 10 minutes and think about like, we should have waited just a couple seconds longer. We could have, okay, you know what? I don't care. We probably could have waited till they'd gone high ground and actually peaked and then responded instead. But I'm just happy to see that cycle, if nothing else, right? We take the small victories while we get them. All right. Okay. Here's the counter dive. Now, you as monkey might not get bubble here, but are we doing something all at the same time right now? Again, don't overanalyze it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's okay.
Yeah.
Yes. Winston's trading backline. Tracer's pursuing Tracer. We're going to peel off this monkey. This looks okay so far. So if we lose here or something dies, it's going to be an individual error, almost certainly. So let's actually watch. Boom, clear not Ana. Probably didn't need the drop there, to be honest. You probably could have kept high ground a little longer. I don't think you're any threat of sleep dart there or anything. Our Tracer is pressuring their Ashe. We sleep the Winston. We're going to kill the Winston. And then we're going to repressure here and play it slow. Okay, so far so good, right? Again, very nice. Now, this is a lot easier on defense, but again, we're having like small little victories here, okay? Keep going. Again, I assume this is just farming energy, correct?
Mm-hmm.
All right, now we can take this opportunity, by the way. What could we be doing right now that they've backed out? What could we be doing?
Forcing out Tracer?
Yeah, forcing out Tracer, exactly. Just like just sit on your Tracer and just hard pocket her, and even if like don't throw a bubble on her, but like look at your Ashe right now. Like you can get away with this right now. Kill her. You can either kill her or get her to screw off and throw off the enemy team's timing even further. Okay. We should be killing her. She gets out. That's fine. Okay. What should we track right now?
Ult?
Nano. Yeah. I mean, that's the only... You can guarantee this. They haven't done anything except farm Nano and Valk. So, yeah, it's the only thing that you guys are worried about. So, what should be the plan here? What do we need to be aware of here?
Save bubbles. Rosario bubbles.
Yeah. Do you prefer saving bubbles into nano?
Yeah, I think we usually have good success with like bubbling our brig, living their nano monkey, and then going in with ours, like going second.
Okay, sure. So what does your monkey need to know about that?
That I can't be as aggressive while their monkey's going in.
Right. Exactly. And he's not going to get a bubble either. So that's all we need to worry about. You guys still have positional advantage. Their tracer's probably not going to be staged very well. Their Ashe might not have a good angle, or your Winston will make sure that the Ashe doesn't have a good angle. You guys should be able to theoretically peel this off. So let's actually see what happens. And the nice thing about them building nano first is if you can survive that nano engage, you're going to roll, because you're going to have every other ultimate available sooner. Your Grav, your Bob, your Pulse, your Primal, all that stuff. And every bit of damage that you do from here on out is essentially free ult charge, because their Mercy and On basically already have their ults. Okay. There's the counter. So again, as Winston here, you have to play this really slow. You know that you're getting no pressure. This Tracer here, are you mirroring their Tracer?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is good. You have a positional advantage. Even with the Mercy, just like keep that Tracer out of the fight. So let's actually look at what happens here. I'm gonna look at a bit of micro, no pressure. 1. Ooh, 2, very close. Kite it out. Missed the sleep, unfortunate, and gone. Hey, and we're primaling. Okay, chill out a little bit. All right. And this primal, like, it's good. It's good that, you know, like we said, it's great. Just make sure that you don't have to get kills here. You do not have to get kills here. Because what is this? Did this nano monkey do anything, like, really valuable?
Not really. It was still background.
No, he distracted attention, but did he create any space? Not really. No. He allowed them to rotate inside here. Yes, that is some space. But you still have high ground. Exactly. So you're still, it's almost nothing that he's accomplished. And now, what should the rest of the team be doing? Turning up the aggression, right? Turn up the aggression just a little bit. Now we can start to utilize our ultimates, our nano, our Grav, our pulse, that kind of a thing. By the way, really quick, Merch, do you have a strategy when it comes to mirroring tracers? You just kind of do it indiscriminately?
I sort of just do it indiscriminately.
Okay. Okay.
Is there some sort of strategy I
don't know. You tell me.
I'm not aware of?
You tell me.
Well, usually I ask for a brig from, I ask for a pack from brig.
Yeah, okay. When do you think, when should you be, well, I think the idea is like, when do you mirror tracer and when should you not? What is your strategy with that? Not so much the actual one-on-one itself, but like.
Usually I try to control the angle and wait for her to push into me. So I'm still in our brig's LOS.
Yeah.
And she is not in their LOS.
Sure.
And she has to usually use a blink.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Is there any exceptions, do you think, to the rule for mirroring?
When they're rushing an engage, then I just sort of go. So I pressure her out so she can't do as much as she wants to when their monkey's going in.
Okay. Is there any situation in which you would not mirror their tracer?
Nano monkey.
Okay. Why?
Because then I have to help our monkey. And they usually don't have nano monkey because our plan is to bait their nano monkey and then go in.
I would also recommend being a little bit more flexible when you have pulse bomb as well, because obviously the
yeah.
Okay, you probably forgot that one. Not even pulse grav, but just pulse bomb in general. It's because obviously that ability or utility is going to get a lot more value on backline than unless you're just going to alpha the tracer, which is not going to happen too often.
Right.
Okay. There's a nano. And again, is this nano getting a lot of value on our monkey right now? Is a question. Okay, first off, why?
That's not good.
That's not good. That's not good at all. That's concerning. That makes me sad. Okay. Obviously, the wasted bubble here really, really hurts. I understand the potential tracer threat, but if you're about to get nano, especially, then there's just not any value out of this at all. So that one hurts. But again, I asked the question: is this nano monkey getting any value?
I'm feeling unstoppable.
I don't really think so.
That's a hot take. Do you see what's happening on the battlefield right now?
I think it gets good value.
Actually, yeah, it's also from off.
Okay. Yeah, look. Yeah, you dropped him off of high ground. He's got 4 people on him. And what's happening while that's happening? That's the key thing. It's the timing of thing.
We're billing their monkey.
Their monkey's primaling. He's getting no follow through at all. No follow up. And oh, we still have high ground. Or most of us do. Right. It's a positional war. They've wasted 2 minutes in this. We still have high ground. Yeah. So there you go. So yeah, I think this is fine. I mean, obviously, like individual errors here. I'm trying not to weep, but you know, that's okay. Now, if anybody in the backline dies, then that's going to be unacceptable. Okay, still holding high ground. Now, okay. So I think we finally reached a disappointment threshold. We finally reached something that I can be disappointed with. Nope. Yeah, that isn't it. No. Okay. So far, so good. Ash got knocked off. It's okay though. She has a coach gun, right? Right? Right?
Good.
Right? Wait. Uh-huh. Hey, looking good, looking good. Oh, he gets primaled off. He's going back high ground. Okay. Wait, what? Let me look at this. Is this the enemy Ash? Did she get enough space? Oh, no.
I think I'm mainly scared because everyone else dropped. So I was like, yeet.
Okay. You were like, what? Is this 2017? Like, what's going on here? Okay. Yeah, like I understand why you dropped. I'm not saying like, oh, you guys literally turned brains off and dropped. I'm not going to flame you for that. But everybody has to understand that, like, the importance of this moment at this point in time. Because what have you now given their Ash the opportunity to do?
Take our high ground?
Take high ground and screw you anyway. Because you're scared of Ash. Yeah, duh. I would be too. But by giving her high ground, that doesn't fix the problem. That's like you have like major flooding in your house, and instead of like dealing with it, you just like panel the door and just pretend that there's nothing behind it. You know? It doesn't fix the problem. It delays it. Yeah, you'll survive slightly longer, but you're still going to lose to a pocketed Ash. So my point is this, is that yes, if everybody has to drop and everybody calls drop, we can't get back up to high ground, that's fine. But I see both Brig and Ana just jump off high ground. Ash, who has coach gun, stays on high ground, and then then Zarya ends up going, oh, I guess we're all on low ground now. And that's no good. And look at your port tracer. Hello? Why is she not getting packs? I wonder, if we could only see her. You kind of see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's also harder for you to heal your monkey too. So this is probably the snowball where I assume that things start to go a little shaky for us. Maybe we don't lose here, but this is problematic enough. So hold high ground. It's really, really bad. You guys have consistently won fight after fight after fight just by holding high ground and doing nothing else, even muffing up micro. But now we're on sitting on the floor. And if you have time, is there time to go back high ground here?
I think so.
Oh yeah, there's
100%.
Oh, 100%. You go up high ground here, and then what do? You go, what as you said, yeet your grab. and then you win, right? That's it. Their damage boosted to Ash doesn't even get time to exploit it, and you have cover while you're coming up. So like, I don't know, I'm a little scared. But wait, you actually do it. You actually did it. All right, let's go. I'm so proud of you guys. Well done. You did it. And everyone, like, we're a little slow here. Like, you know, it's not surprising that the Brig player is the slowest one there, if you catch my drift. But you know, but hey, nice job. Good stuff. That's a fight win right there. Should be. Uh-oh.
No,
Wait a second. Wait a second.
I have an excuse.
Nailed it.
Where's the pulse?
You didn't break the bubbles. Oh no. Okay, wait. Oh, it's a 3K in your lap. All right, we gotta look at this again. You didn't even shoot.
I thought it was enough time. I thought it'd go down.
But you have a gun. You can blink and shoot at the same time. Okay. Flaming aside, you should be shooting bubbles absolutely here, because you're probably like 50-60 damage away from this being a 3K, because that bubble almost breaks. It just doesn't quite. Like, we're talking like quarter of a second. Just shoot as you enter. you know? So that sucks. That really sucks. Okay, then we gotta find out what else happens.
I get antied.
You get antied, and you didn't have recall. If only that Ana had gotten. If only this Zarya had. Okay. How does our Brig die though? Okay, because this is where I do want to look a bit in the micro.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh no.
Just tap the bomb.
Wait a second.
Oh no. Okay, wait a second.
No.
I'm waiting. Please share the class.
Okay. Wait, so are you talking about the death of the Bob Pack? Because the Bob Pack was
yes.
That was just a funny.
Okay, I agree.
Yeah.
Okay, that's solid logic, flawless. Okay.
But honestly,
give it a pass.
the death. Okay, so the death for me, I've died so many times. I don't think it's here, but multiple occasions where here I put my shield up early, but because I'm on 120 ping or whatever, or 100 ping, I just don't pull up.
Does the 100 ping, 120 ping also cause you to miss whip shots and stationary targets?
Alright, well that's just unlucky.
No.
Just not sure. Just not sure. Just you have to be really careful walking inside bubbles like that if you're not gonna hit the whip shot. Like it has to be instant. Otherwise, you're in trouble.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing here is I just didn't see the Ash, so it's my bad.
Okay.
I thought it was just a monkey.
Sure.
Do you think as monkey I should be on that Ash instead of on the Grav?
No,
or...
you should be on the Grav.
Okay.
Yeah, you should be on the Grav. Yeah, it's like, you know, you always go with like what's the highest threat versus what's the easiest kill, and you kind of have to find the balance there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This is too easy. Like this is just too easy. Like you just have to hope that your team doesn't, you know, die to random crap, and then you should be fine. But I mean, here's the thing: it's like, yeah, we scuffed that, super bad. We scuffed two things, but are we still in a pretty decent position to win this fight, despite the fact that we've traded?
Yeah.
Why?
They have no.
Got high
You have high ground.
Yes,
And
we
we
have
have high ground.
we have high ground still, right? That's the big one. You still have high ground,
Oh.
and as long as you deal with threats properly, you'll be okay. So like even now, like this is still relatively winnable. It shouldn't be, but it is. Boom, boom, boom. Fine. And somehow your Ashe survives. I have no idea what on earth. Like,
That was very close.
there's no
Very
way.
close.
There's no way. I don't know why he quit either. I mean, okay. I guess you know what? We take
Decided
it.
to have mercy today.
We take it. Just so you're aware, you've got Hottie in your chat that's making fun of your monkey play. So anytime you guys make mistakes, you guys are in trouble.
Let's
go.
So, okay, so here's the deal. You guys still hold high ground. You primal, it's way more expensive. You, for whatever reason, decide that bubbles are pretty and you don't like breaking them. And also ornamental whip shots on signs instead of actually hitting the monkey itself. A little bit concerning. But as long as you hold high ground here, you're gonna be fine. And you can see it. Where you hold it, it goes well. When you don't, it doesn't. Okay. What's the plan next fight?
They have grab pulse, we have rally.
Okay.
Probably similar type beat to living their engage and then going back in trying to brawl with our rally.
Yeah. Why would you make a win condition of living their engage even when they have graph pulse? Do you think that rally is going to counter graph pulse? I'm baiting you.
No, because they can force our bubbles.
I'm baiting you. Okay.
Wait.
I'm baiting you.
I'm being manipulated.
How are your bubbles going to be forced here?
Hopefully only for Grav
Yeah. Why?
to try and live the pulse bomb.
No. Why is it only going to be, like, I guess, Grav that's going to force your bubbles here? Where are we still positioned on?
High ground.
High ground. So it's really hard for them to actually force our bubbles. It's not only that, but it's also should be pretty hard for them to actually get a pretty good graph here too. You kind of see what I'm saying? Yeah. So positioning also scuffs up their superior ult economy here. So what I look at this here is I think you can rally their engage, play hyper aggressive, don't stack, force a solo grav on either your Zarya or your Brig, bubble it, GG easy, we go next. You kind of see what I'm saying? Now I'm describing it as like it's the easiest thing in the world. It's not. It's simple, but it's not easy. It's going to be difficult. But you guys still have you guys have an absolutely decent chance of still winning this fight, despite being inferior in the ults. The nano is actually the one I'm a little concerned about, right? So the nano is going to be, if you get your bubbles forced by that nano monkey, right? What does that mean?
We're probably dead.
Well, no. Do you just take the L? No,
I guess if they position properly.
No, so okay, right, but they're not going to because they're morons. Okay, so what are you going to do about it? If they jump into a nano and they force bubbles, what do you do?
Back up.
Back up. Yep. Give space.
Play nice and safe.
Give space, just for like 5-6 seconds, you know, and then go back in afterwards, right? You guys are not stupid. Win the fight. Okay. Okay. Most of you are not stupid. So
Well, I'm just.
oh man, thrown under the bus already. See, my job here is done. I don't even have to be mean. You guys take care of it for me. Okay. I'm a little... Oh, I guess the Widow, yeah. I was like, okay, what are you doing here? I'm like, oh yeah, Widow, duh. I didn't even see this one. Okay, good. Force and recall. They're gonna come in. They don't even nano. Okay.
60 seconds.
Man, you guys are really scared of this Widow. Maybe. Okay, this monkey has to go. Like, this monkey has to go. So what I want to make sure that we're doing is that, again, when the monkey goes in, that our monkey is looking to trade, looking to pressure something at the same time. Tracer mirroring is fine, but this monkey has to go. Push. Nice. Very good. That's very well done. We still hold high ground. Feels gross, doesn't it? Brilliant. Okay. What did I tell you about holding high ground with the grab?
Don't stack.
Don't stack, and make them grab this. You don't even care. Like, look. Oh, brilliant job. Well done. Rally here. Probably fine. Like, they're really committing to this fight right here, so I'd probably anticipate a nano maybe soon. And you're just like, I don't really care. So now here's the real deal though. Your mid rally. What should you do at this point in time? This is a tough question.
Push.
It's kind of risky.
I would say
but we can
stabilize
try
for a second and then go.
Okay, maybe stabilize for a second and then go. Maybe. Who should be particularly trying to like play more aggressively right now?
Zarya Monkey.
Maybe Zarya Monkey, yeah. I think it depends on the system. You still have to respect the Widow. I don't want you jumping off of high ground, but I think you can try and play a little bit more aggressive. I think you can try and like look for a jump on this Widow as soon as you can. Have your Zarya play a little bit more aggressive. Make sure your Tracer can play a little more aggressive because you're rallying. You can throw all your armor packs in your Tracer. Just the little things like that. So like you don't want to give up the high ground, but try and play more aggressive around it. So let's see what happens. I mean, I assume something bad happens. Otherwise, we wouldn't be. This VOD wouldn't be so long.
Oh no.
You'll see in a moment.
You'll see.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks so far okay.
Yeah.
Everything looks good.
I mean,
Everything looks
is the timing here all set?
No, just play it.
Well,
Yeah.
okay, listen. Let me just enjoy the beautiful view that I have right here. In just 1 second before I have to expose to the human garbage that I'm about to have to witness. Okay, so this is good. Like a little pressure on the Widow. You got to dive here. Now this nano might get kited, but
I kind of biffed it. Look at the brig.
you kind of what? you biffed it.
Yeah, that's our word around here.
Okay. I guess. Man. White people, man. Yikes. Okay, so you're gonna go in, you're gonna nano, you're gonna stuff. As long as you guys can actually do something while this is happening, like pressure Widow, like obviously, like you would make sure that you're looking for a nade, try and shoot out monkey, that kind of a thing. So I guess now we just wait and see what happens, because obviously something. I mean, it's got to be pulse, right? It's just like a 7K pulse. No?
Yeah.
Oh,
It's so good. What happens here
worse.
is so funny.
It's so much worse.
Oh no.
Okay, I called.
Wait,
I called.
you
Nina
nanoed the
before
brig?
you-
Wait,
Yeah,
stop!
I told you
Chris,
this.
shut up.
Just let it play.
I don't know how this happened. I don't have to tell you. I swear I jumped over him. Look at it. I jumped over him. I don't know what to tell you.
Oh,
Nano sensitivity difference.
yeah.
I think it was on 80. Unlucky.
That's still not it though. That's still not it.
Yeah, it's not it.
Still winnable.
I mean, here's the
Ooh,
problem.
yikes.
Okay.
That didn't happen. Nope.
I'm listen. If y'all are ever scrimming and I'm not like doing anything, I don't mind playing a little flex support for y'all. Like I'm probably around like high diamond right now, but I think that would cut it for you guys.
Yeah, that's probably good enough.
Okay, so here's the problem though. So I get it. You oh gosh, biffed the nano. Okay. but the problem is what's the problem? Okay, what's the major problem here? It's not just the biffing of the nano, but
That our brig is analog.
I
the
think
brig
our
is
birds
analog, right?
Let's go, Chris.
Like I get
Kill.
so listen, I'm not saying that this is necessarily an error. I think this is probably going to be okay, but you have to understand what this means for this little thing, like at this point in time, because there is no peel anymore. There's no inspire, armor pack, whip shot, bash. You have to play around this. And after that whiffed sleep dart, it's good night Felicia. You know what I'm saying? That's it.
It still gets worse.
It still gets worse.
I mean, you miss a sleep dart, you don't have a brig with you?
Oh,
I'm
no,
lucky.
no, no.
Oh,
You
he
don't
doesn't
see it.
It's a C9, isn't it?
Yep.
Oh yeah, there's
Okay,
some,
guys, our
yeah.
feedback for today. High ground is good. Please do not whiff sleep dart. Please do not whip shot the sign. Please do not armor pack the Bob. Please nano Winston and not Brig. And please
I
do
think it
not
went great.
C9. Holy smokes, the level that I'm having to drop here.
I've been here for just a little bit, but why are you armor packing a Bob? Are you okay? Are you okay in the head? I am literally shitter level diamond main support player, and I don't even do that. What the fuck?
Yeah.
What the
Yeah, come
fuck?
on, Chris.
Yeah, Chris.
Disappointed Armor. You
The guy who says he doesn't make
We
mistakes.
let them cap so we could get more VOD review.
Right. By the way,
Yeah.
that is a legitimate
Yeah.
thing sometimes.
Well, never mind.
Yes. Okay, so what are the actual takeaways from here? Like trolling aside, like what did we actually learn to prioritize? What needs to be practiced a little bit, maybe?
Our timing with like monkey pressure and everyone else doing like the right thing at that time.
Right, that could be more consistent, maybe a little bit more consistent at prioritizing on the high ground. We did go back and take it. That's awesome. But stay there. Avoid dropping. If you ever have to drop, as quickly as you can retake that position. And the other thing for your Ana and Brig as well is don't panic, guys. Like really, like the number one noob mistake that Briggs and Anas do in this meta is panic. You're just not going to get one shot by almost anything ever, unless it's a nano monkey landing directly on top of you and you don't have armor packs. You have time to respond with whip shot, armor, with bash, with sleep dart, with nade. Don't panic. So many Anas, Overwatch League level and below, Briggs as well. They rush that cooldown and then the window's gone and you're screwed. You kind of see what I'm saying? Just chill. It's a little bit more micro, but chill. Okay. Okay.
Oh.
What should we be doing here? How do we win this fight?
I think we want to get our core to the stairs so that we can start trying to pressure high ground.
This is a pretty good rollout, by the way. I like this rollout a lot. It's a very, very safe. Obviously, it allows you to avoid Widow LOS, avoids most of the spam angles in here. This is cool. But yeah, try and get to the high ground so that you can have an easier access on that dive. Yep. And then you can primal, grab, bob, whatever from there. Yeah, so again, we're just struggling a little bit here. So I don't know what the deal is here, but what needs to be happening right now?
We should be taking space on the monkey gauge.
I don't want to see Winston jumping in and us standing still. Now, maybe we're hearing Tracer or something like that, but like we really, really need to be making this rotate if possible. When you have position, you shoot. When you don't have positions and monkey goes in, you rotate, you move, you push, you pressure, you go somewhere where you need to go. And this, unfortunately, is probably going to mean our monkey's going to be primaling, and we're not doing jack. We're not doing anything about it, and that's problematic. Okay. Again, hustle. Great job. So many monkeys I review, they go in with that primal, they're chasing kills, on exit, then they die. Don't. Do you see what you did with this primal? What did you do?
I drew some aggro, drew
Yep.
some cooldowns, and then lived.
Yep, you baited a lot of attention, and look at your backline. Now that your primal's over, look at your backline. You see it? Good job. Right?
Woo.
Good job.
Good job,
You
Eater.
survived the pulse, you killed the tracer,
Yay.
you got your team out of the hole onto an actual decent rotate. But I'm still not gonna say this is great because backline you need to hustle a little bit more. I get it, once the tracer's on top of you, you have to respect it, but it looked like we were hesitating a little bit before that even happened. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. And that's a lot of the times where backline needs to be very vocal, and like even leading up to this fight, just be like, hey, where do we want to go? Like we rotate out this way. Okay, do we just want to stand here, or where do we want to go? Do we want to push up to here, push up to there? Respond a little bit to where the enemy team is doing, obviously, or what the enemy team is doing. But there needs to be urgency. There needs to be urgency, because the longer you're in a bad spot, the more likely you're to lose the fight. Now, what should we be doing right now, most likely?
Setting up to deny their team from taking back high ground.
What should we be doing as individuals right now, for the most part? Should we be aggressing or chilling?
Chilling.
Chilling. Why?
Monkey 1
isn't in.
HP.
Yep. No.
Yeah.
No. Because wait for it. Wait for it.
Bang.
And what do we not have?
Recall.
And what do we not have?
Bubble.
Yeah. That's the problem. It's all timing. And I know mid-fight how hard this is. I'm not talking just for like your 4.5k Masters Diamond teams. This stuff is scuffed up in Overwatch like all the time. But I'm not just gonna give you an excuse to, right? So what can you guys do to work on this? Because I've pointed out the problem, but that's not pointed out a solution. That's for you guys to figure out. So what needs to happen?
I think just communicating a lot more and being patient.
Who?
I would say, yeah, like Tracer, but like I think it happens a lot where we try to do too much like in between fights when all we needed to do is just wait. And then we end up going in by ourselves, and then we're not ready as a team.
Yep. The best analogy I can give you is after coaching like Doomfist Brawl. You know, Doomfist goes in. When Doomfist goes in, we go in. Or May Brawl. When we May wall, we pressure, right? You don't necessarily kill, like pin off of the May wall, but you're pressuring off of the May wall, right? You're pressuring off of the Doomfist engage. Every comp is like that. Every comp has their cycles. So it's a Rista Shield halt. It's a Winston dive with bubble. What's your cycle with this comp? What are you waiting on 90% of the time? What's the cooldown?
Zarya bubble.
Zarya bubble and
Monkey bubble.
Monkey bubble.
Slash
Usually those two. Slash jump. Right. Usually those two things are what you're waiting for 90% of the time. Not always, but most of the time. So that's what you're waiting on. Those are your cycles. If you're doing things between or doing too much between those cycles, you're going to get caught with your pants down, like we just see here. So right now we should be going hard in with Bob. But like, look at our tracer. No recall, one blink. No bubble. I mean, we can break things even down to the micro. Like our Ana's not yet in a good position to pocket off of this. We're also missing an armor pack that we probably used on the tracer. Like you can go on and on and on and on and on about all the little reasons why this Bob, even though it should be getting a lot of value, is not going to. So we need to fix this. Like right now, like what is your tracer doing? They were 1 HP. They were 1 HP, but we didn't have a tracer. You see the problem now?
Yeah.
Okay. Another thing as well with your monkey is your monkey's going in right now. Like going in hard. Probably could go in harder. But we as a backline aren't aggressing as much as I'd like. I know the Widow's a little bit of a threat here, but like you could look for nade here. Let's just see what happens. So I'm scared for your monkey. Okay, we grab. Ooh. Really risky. Let's see what happens. To be honest with you, I don't really love this grab a whole lot. Why not?
Yeah. It's just monkey.
Well, it's not just the
and it was also like it wasn't guaranteed kill.
Exactly.
That's out of backline.
Right. Do you guys have a positional advantage right now?
Yes.
Yeah.
So do you guys
100%.
need to do anything right now?
No.
Not necessarily.
You don't have to necessarily do anything. So you can sit on this graph and be like, all right, you guys can do anything with your rally? Oh, you're going to jump us? Okay, now I grab you. Now a solo grab and a monkey is lethal because not only is it a punishment to them trying to take away your space, because he's trying to punish you for taking away your space, he's going to be in a position that you guys can actually kill him. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Him jumping, he's not pressuring you right now. He's not taking away your space. Same thing with this Brig. Same thing with this Zarya. Same thing with this Ana. The Brig. Like, it doesn't have to be Monkey. It could be an Ana Brig on trying to take high ground. If they try and take away your space, smack him in the mouth. Now, if you're on attack, if you're in this position on attack, and you're like, man, we need to get out of here, now you grab high ground. Why? If you're Team Red. Why would you grab this if you're Team Red? We don't have high ground. Sorry, go ahead.
They're grouped, and you can easily kind of follow up on it.
Well, not easily, but you have to.
But like, yeah.
You have to.
Course.
Why? Because what compare their positioning to ours?
They're in a nice little garage while we have the high ground.
Right. So they're in a bad. So whenever you're retaking space or you're on attack, a lot of times you have to force ults in not great positions or not great setups because you use those ultimates, a grab here, not necessarily to get kills, but that's enough pressure so that then, hey, we can take high ground. You kind of see what I'm saying? So like you have to pay. Yeah. If you're on attack, you have to pay. You have to pay a cost. You have to pay a price to take space away. But if you're on defense, you don't have to pay jack. You don't have to pay anything. They have to pay you, and then you can just counter them. They have to use cooldowns to jump your high ground, and then you just grab. You kind of see what I'm saying? So it's defender's advantage that you guys need to be protecting here, and instead we're throwing ultimates all the way in here, and then dropping off of high ground to hopefully get value out of it. That's no good. That's no good. I'm not saying don't be proactive. That's okay. You good?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay. Oh, that's all right. That doesn't mean that you guys, there aren't circumstances in which case, okay, would you ever drop off of high ground? We talked about this earlier. Is there ever a circumstance when you drop here? Sure. But I want you guys to understand that that is the minority of situations when you're down ults, when you're trying to catch them off guard. Maybe it's the last fight, you're trying to do something stupid. I don't know. There's something. You guys can't think of exceptions. But for the most part, this kind of a play is unnecessary. And I certainly think it's unnecessary in this particular instance. Now, thankfully, we were able to kind of hold high ground, but you can kind of see, like, now that we're kind of getting tempoed out a little bit. We force stuff inside. We lose our Tracer because we force stuff inside. We end up losing high ground because we only get the Winston, and now we're on the back foot. Does this make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, let's see what we got here.
Oh, that's not good.
Oh, dear.
I think you were asking me for Nano, and I'm like,
Yeah, you were. And you're like, nah.
I mean, this is just the weakness of having your Winston split when you don't have map control. You guys are trying to attack with the split Winston who can get poked out from any different directions without getting healed. So whenever you're retaking space, a lot of times your Winston generally has to play close to his core because he's going to get poked out by a hit scan. He's going to get poked out by Tracer. There's just nothing you can do about it. You see what I'm saying? So like in this situation here, I know it's like sucky, but you really do have to stack with your core here because otherwise you are going to get smashed. I don't know if you had time here. I don't know if this was even a thing that you could even do at all, but it's something that you try to do whenever possible. Now, if we're on high ground, if we're on high ground ahead of time, you can put your Winston all the way over here. It doesn't matter because their DPS can't stage on you. You kind of see what I'm saying? Okay. You were saying something and I rudely interrupted you and then just didn't care and kept talking.
No, I interrupted you. But
okay.
I'm sorry for the events that transpire.
Oh no.
No, listen guys, listen. I'm trying to have a nice break here. I don't want to be like man,
always some surprises here. And a little bit down the line.
Oh, gosh. Now I have Molfig spamming cringe emotes in my chat. Yikes. Okay. Okay. Let's see what we got here. I mean, you're dead. You're gonna die. Like you're just gonna die. Oh. I mean, it's nice of him to grab you, but like, there's just no way you win this fight. There's no way.
Thank you, Mr. Zarya.
Yeah, there's just no way. Like they nano the Zarya at point blank range with a personal bowl. You just don't win that, and you just lose. So like I'm shocked that this even is close, to be honest. I mean, I don't know. I get it. Oh, you got mated. Dude, no, go on the Ana. There's no way you guys lose this. Oh! No! She's one, dude! Oh my gosh! Oh! Oh, just one swing. Oh! You guys are really hurting me. There's no way you guys lose.
She's so low.
C9.
Oh my
he's
gosh,
C9 again.
dude.
I'm sorry, okay? I can't get on the cards.
Oh, please. That hurts. Okay.
Sorry.
I mean, honestly, I'm impressed that you guys even were able to turn this fight. Like, this is like that's a mechanical diff or something, because like that's crazy to me. There's no way you guys should have won this fight, but you almost did. You essentially did. But yeah, big thing here is just like when you're retaking space, let's have your monkey stack a little tighter, so you don't muff up those nanos, so you don't just instantly lose damage on your monkey as he's entering. And let's just enjoy one positive thing here, which is however the heck you kill Widow here.
Wow.
Okay, that was
Went for a little stroll.
that was. And you know, Widow, classic Widow, pop in for sights and just, you know, go for a walk. Like, it happens, you know, pro move. But yeah, I mean, the rally was fine. It was worth.
Oh yeah, I called winnable because I saw Ghost hit the dynamite on the brig and he killed Widow, and I was like, yeah, no, we can turn this.
Yeah.
And then I C9, which makes
Yeah,
it
it's
so much
okay.
more worse.
Listen, I don't like, especially in scrims, like in official matches, C9s like they hurt you, right? But in scrims, you're like, yeah, we won that fight. Yeah, we won that fight. We just need to yeah, it's a moral victory. We just need to do a better job of like not being idiots. So that's basically it. That's my coaching, guys. Just don't be idiots, please.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Yeah. You next time, you know, you'll do better.
Right.
Okay. Yeah, this is all fine and dandy. Like, you guys are clearly not set up for an early fight, so you just take this position here, and you just hold this position here. GG's, we go next. And you can kind of see like how your monkey is allowed to split here because you have position control. You can heal him. Yeah. Their monkey jumps in. I mean, maybe you can nano monkey her. Maybe. I don't know. This is tough. What do you guys think? What should be the plan here?
I think we could just be really patient. I think our monkey could have not jumped their monkey.
Yeah.
I'm walking back right now because I was getting into LOS to heal him, and then I could have nanoed him, and then we walk in, force out their monkey.
Yeah.
And then we have
I mean, you guys tell me, like, is this monkey, like, look at it from the enemy team's perspective. Is this a good jump from their monkey?
not really. Like,
Kind of, not really. Like, there's not a lot of follow-up.
It's a jump.
It's a jump. It's not bad, but it's not great. There's not a lot of follow-up here just yet. So all you guys really have to do is what you're doing right now. Kite it out, and then push back in. And then when you push back in, you nano monkey. So the problem with this here is you counter jump the peel, but then now that's like a 13-second whatever cooldown, and now we're not actually able to get value out of our nano here. So great bubble, great punish, and then counter push. I mean, this is kind of what we're looking for, right? Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Live there, engage, go second.
Yeah. And that's exactly what happens. Okay. So that's that. Monkey gets a little greedy. Oh, they're so low. But we still have positional advantage, so we should be okay.
Personne n'échappe à mon regard.
Okay. This is an ultimate myth, okay? Or biff. Sorry, biff. My bad, guys. I used an actual word. My mistake.
Yeah. You need to get used to the lingo.
That's not allowed.
Okay. Is Winston in our voice channel here?
Yeah, I would like to say he is.
Okay. All right. Well, then I'm gonna have to pretend to be nice. This is just awful. This is just awful. Right? What's the problem with this? There's at least two problems with this that I can see.
Okay, so
No follow-up.
yeah, there's no chance our core can follow up, and there's just no point, even if they could,
Yeah.
because the other team is a good
Yeah.
spot.
There's no tracer follow-up. There's no backline follow-up. There's no, like, we don't care if they're here. We know that they're gonna get this space. Like, this space matters if we're pushed up to like here-ish, you know. But it's not. We're not. So we're just like, okay, you guys can have that. We're not gonna stop you. Like, this is like diving them This is like diving them here because they pushed the cart to here. No, like okay, like they pushed the cart, like nobody cares. So like this is okay. Can I be honest with you? I've seen this from monkeys all the time. I see this from monkeys all the time. You know what this is? This is I have Primal. I could do really stupid stuff because I have Primal, right? Instead of thinking Primal is going to allow me to do smart stuff, but do it a lot longer and get a lot more kills. If you want to be flashy with the Primal, this is not going to be it because you're not going to get any follow-up, any kills here at all. You need to like actually wait. So this is just a feat. Primal, and we're just like, hey, that's cool. Awesome. Wow, incredible. Thank you so much for that. Thank you so much for that, Yeeter. That was delightful. Well done. But yeah, like
it was an adventure.
It was an adventure. It was an adventure.
I explored the map.
Yep, you did. It was beautiful. But yeah, just there's no point. Like, especially you guys have high ground here. Sometimes you have to force, like we talked about on attack, if you have to force it kind of an awkward jump so your team can rotate, sure, fine, but we're sitting on a good position, waiting for them to do something about it, and you're just like, hey, you know, and it's no good. So, no good. All right. Yeah, now would be a really, really nice time to Primal because we could just zone these guys out, but it's not going to happen, and now I'm concerned. So, let's see here. Yeah, we're pretty much screwed. We're pretty much screwed. Okay, they're gonna grab in. We managed to get the Bob off, but it gets caught in grab. They hit a massive nade. Somehow the Zarya dies. Like, I'm not sure exactly what happens here. She's getting rallied. Oh, counter grab. I missed it. Very good counter grab. And again, this lines up with how we wanted our grab to be used. Remember, or just any of our ultimates. Remember what we did? Remember the goofy grab on second? Compare that grab to this grab right here. What's the difference?
Value. Space.
Right, they're contesting your space. Exactly. Follow up. Exactly. They're coming at us to take away this high ground to try and take a fight, and we say no, you don't. And that's why this goes so well. Like this feels awful, right? This feels awful. Like we mess up our Primal, we mess up our punish. They're pushing rally and grab and nano, and we're still gonna kill the Zarya. Really nice. Really, really, really nice. This grab is much better. And there you go. And that's gonna be it.
That pulse is necessary.
Yes, absolutely.
Please don't.
He missed. Oh no.
Okay. You know what, guys? I keep getting baited. I'm like, oh, this is it. At least you had the dignity of calling the widow. That's good. That's good. I just want to see. I just want to see. Come on.
Let's go, Doomfist.
Why are we dying?
I got so stressed because I'm like, my team is dead now.
Okay, we win, right? Yeah, we win.
Yay.
Barely. So
We did it.
you guys tell me. Now this is one of the first team reviews, maybe the only team review we didn't talk like exclusively about planning and like team communication fundamentals. You guys seem to have something of an idea of what you're doing with planning. But what was the major theme of this review? Timing and what?
Making sure everyone's ready.
Yeah.
High ground.
Yeah, that's the other one. Timing and positioning. Yeah. You don't force anything when you have good positioning. You play around them threatening your positioning. And then the timing is making sure that every cycle that your Winston has, that there's tracer follow-up, that there's people that are from the backline that are able to follow up, that sort of thing. So whatever you need to do communicationally to make that timing line up, it needs to happen. And whatever you need to do to make sure that you're actually executing your ultimates when the enemy team is actually punishable, that needs to happen as well. Now, what is the great, grand, wonderful attack mindset with ultimates? Do you guys remember the difference between attack and defense? Like, just screw attack defense. When you have space and when you don't have space, what's the difference with ultimates?
You gotta suck it up and use them when you can.
Yeah, usually. And why do you use the ultimates when you can? What purpose do they serve? What purpose does a nano monkey onto the enemy team's high ground serve? What is that allowing you to do?
Get their high ground?
Yeah, to take their high ground or to take a high ground or to get out of a choke, right? You use an ultimate to break a choke so that then you have favorable positioning so that you win fights. right? I mean, that's why defenders on average probably have a slightly higher win percentage. I mean, there's different things that favor attackers like respawns and things like that, but on paper, defenders should be winning slightly more fights than attackers because of the consistent inherent slight positional advantage. That's why it's so important when you're attacking and you win a team fight that you immediately do what? If you win a team fight, what you do instantly?
Go take high ground.
Go take high grounds. Go take positions. Exactly. So that you actually flip it on them. So now you guys are the defenders, even though you guys are technically attacking. So obviously, a lot of this was, I mean, double bubble specific stuff, but this stuff isn't inherent to double bubble because I guarantee meta is going to change pretty fast, pretty soon. I don't think double bubble is going to be necessarily, at least double bubble is probably not going to be around much longer. But the concepts are still the same. Whether you're playing Brawl, whether you're playing double shield, whether you're playing like a different type of dive, it's about taking good positions as quickly as you can and not rushing things until they're actually contesting it. Play around those good positions and think about what are good positions for us car composition. So we looked at, holy cow, let's actually go right here. Okay. We looked at this here. This is great for double bubble. Will this be great for double shield? Probably. I don't know. You guys use your common sense. Will this position be like great for I don't know, like brawl comp? Maybe. I don't know. So all you guys need to figure out is like what positions feel good or you feel are strong or really helpful with the composition that you're playing, and then play around controlling those spaces, and that's it. Or playing around taking those spaces, and that's the key thing. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So we have Q&A. Do you guys have any questions about the review or anything else?
Can you look at our attack right at the end?
Yeah, sure.
Last 5 seconds.
Last 5 seconds?
Yeah.
I'm getting suspicious.
No, you'll be very happy.
Yeah.
You go on break, you'll be like, wow.
You'll be.
Wait, why are we still in the... Wait. Oh, no.
Events transpired, for sure.
Oh, this goes great.
Yeah. Look,
We killed 2. Yeah, see.
We're doing great.
Have a rally and grab.
10 seconds remaining.
Great.
We're taking position.
Look at that.
Oh, we took position so well.
We took position
Yeah,
so
our positioning is so good.
We took some really good position.
I just...
Oh no.
Okay, I'm back. I couldn't resist leaving the voice. I needed a moment. Okay. Apparently you guys are psychopaths, so just enjoy seeing me suffer, but that's fair enough. Okay. Do you guys have any questions besides do I need to describe you like what objective means and things like that, or you guys will start with that?
I think we're good after that scrim.
Okay.
And,
Okay. By the way, that does bring up an interesting point though about that whole like argument, because in Overwatch the way I look at it is there's like a constant battle between objective and positioning. Objective and map control. So I mean that's why C9s happen like in that particular instance where you guys actually play on positioning properly, but you forget objective. You kind of see what I'm saying. So anyway, all right, questions. Anything regarding the review or whatever else?
We usually prefer to play like Echo Tracer on attack and like Ash Tracer on defense. Do you think like there's a on certain points we actually do run the Ash Echo? Do you think there are like certain like what type of changes do you think we'd make?
I think Echo on attack into hit skin's a little bit ambitious depending on the map. I think your Echo has a hard time. I mean, Echo I treat a little bit like a Pharah, where if she's not set up ahead of time into a hit scan, she has a hard time punishing the chokes properly, and she has a hard time setting up properly. Now, who's your Echo player?
Me.
Okay, well there you go. How do you feel playing into hit scan on attack?
I feel pressured a lot, kind of, but usually I wait until our monkey dives in, and then I sort of like go for burst damage, landing stickies on their Brig or Ana.
Yep.
Maybe forcing their ally bubble so they can go in.
Yeah, I mean it works, but I think it would be the weak point of your compositional strategy. What you were asking about Ash Echo as well? Okay, I mean that's just basically where you don't have really, really great flank routes, and it's more like open space. We're open space, but also we have a good positioning for Echo. So like, I mean honestly that map defending with Ash Echo there wouldn't be bad. Because you do have that one choke with like good high ground cover, and there aren't a lot of flanks for Tracer to play on. But I think by the time you get to like second point or something like that, Echo would be a little harder, and you'd probably want to transition to Tracer.
We play it on a Temple of Anubis defense.
I think that would be good. Yeah, I think that would be good. Yeah, open space, not a ton of flanks for Tracer, but really, really good high ground cover. Yeah. That makes sense. Okay, any other questions?
Don't think so.
No, I don't use any hair product. I know that one was obviously gonna come up.
I would have guessed coconut oil.
Yeah, no, I tried it before just because like it's good for your scalp and stuff, but like no hair product. It's a little wet right now, but like yeah, no hair product. It really is just that luxurious.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, it's okay. I'm
It's a
exceptional in
highlight of
so many
watching
categories.
any of your
Oh, of
VODs.
course, yeah. I mean, it's one of the highlights. There's obviously many. But another highlight is my humility. Any other last questions?
I don't believe so.
Okay. If you guys ever have any other, you guys just shoot me a DM. I don't mind answering. I'll be on break, but I'll respond to DMs. It won't be a big deal. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you guys. Appreciate your time. Hope you guys learned a little bit. And again, as I said, if you guys have any other questions, don't feel free to message me. But yeah, positioning. Think about how that affects your ult usage and like what your strategy is, and then get that timing down, those cycles down. And cheers, mates. Have a good one.
All right,
You
see
too.
ya.
Thank you.